In this section, we are going to go beyond buttons and menus and software features to uncover the heart of every great presentation. That is the story it tells. Learners will master a simple yet powerful 5-slide framework to craft a clear, purposeful narrative with logical flow. Here we're going to transform your ideas into presentations that truly persuade and inspire. So you are welcome back to Apply Digital Skills. It's week 7, and today we unlock a superpower that can change the trajectory of any career: the ability to present ideas so they don't just inform, but persuade, inspire, and drive action. Forget the lifeless lies crammed with text. Those belong to your yesterday. This session is about storytelling, the secret ingredient behind every unforgettable presentation. By the end, you won't just make slides, you'll craft experiences. Let's dive into it. So, what are we learning today? Think back to the last presentation you sat through. Did you find yourself wondering, what's the point of this? Or maybe you've given a presentation where you simply dumped information onto slides, crossing your fingers that something would stick. That ends today. In this session, you'll discover a simple, repeatable 5-slide storytelling method that transforms scattered ideas into a clear, persuasive narrative. Okay, you'll learn how to craft a powerful message for every slide, and by the end of this session, you won't just understand presentations. You have built a complete outline of a pitch you can adapt for a business idea, a proposal, or even a job interview. This is the formula that makes audiences learning, listen, and remember your memorable presentation. So now this is the golden rule. One idea, a slide. Now before we even touch structure, let's lock in the golden rule that will transform how you build presentations forever. The golden rule says there should be one idea per slide. The rule portrays the fact that your slides are not your script, but your spotlight. They exist to support you, not to compete with you. When creating your slides, you need to think of each slide as a billboard. You have to make it bold, clear, and instantly readable. Your audience should glance at it, get the point, and refocus on you rather than dwell on the slide. Take, for example, the following slides. So, this first slide is like a wall of text, though it's well designed and looks attractive. But it's a document pretending to be a presentation. When you show this to your audience, they have to choose between reading the slide or listening to you. And trust me, they read the slide. Now take a look at this second one. Now this second slide is the same slide redesigned to display only the key points. This slide, like the first, is clean, visually appealing, but delivers a clear message that will not distract the attention of your audience. That's the goal of every presentation: clarity, simplicity, and impact. Now, this is the blueprint we are using today, a proven story arc that works for business ideas, project proposals, startup pitches, and even job interviews. It's simple, logical, and designed to persuade. Your slide one is the problem. This is your hook. You show your audience that you understand their challenge or needs. Your slide 2 is the solution. Your big idea, your what if. This is where you shift from empathy to possibility. Tell your audience what you are bringing to the table. Your slide 3 is how it works. Here you give the audience just enough detail to believe your idea is real and doable. Then your slide 4 is your why us or why this. This is your credibility. It's a moment of disclosing your credibility and trust moment. What makes you or your approach uniquely qualified? And why should we trust or believe in what you are offering? And finally, your slide 5 is the call to action. This is the moment that matters most. You tell your audience exactly what you want them to do next. Every great presentation ends by answering the question, so what? Now I am going to show you exactly how to get the above done using PowerPoint and Google Slides. You may choose to use any of the following: Canva, Presentations AI, PPT.ai, or Slides Go. But I show you how to use at least one of these in the next session. Let's jump into the practical immediately. Now, before you start, you need an idea, a business proposal, maybe a project proposal, or whatever that you are going to present, maybe a job interview. You are going to create your pitch that you be able to discuss with your employers, prospective employers. So here, I have a pitch for a business idea that I'm going to use to create the presentation. So we are going to work from that. So I'm going to first of all open my pitch, which I designed, I wrote in Microsoft Word. I have it a social media pitch. It's a business, social media business. So this is a pitch deck for social media marketing. So now the first thing we need to do is to open our PowerPoint. So you go here, you can actually type PowerPoint for it to show. Then you select PowerPoint and PowerPoint will open. Okay, and we're using blank presentation. Now if you are working with Google Slide, you simply open up your browser. Then when your browser opens, you type docs.google.com and press enter. So here you go to the apps and you select slides. We are also going to work with blank presentation. So here you select blank presentation. So the first thing we did was to open up our presentation. So we need 5 slides. So what we are going to do is, in our PowerPoint, we are going to add 5 slides, since that's what we are working with now. Just trying to show you the 5 slides. Actually, you can first of all make it 6 slides. Put up your maybe the title here. So I can say social media pitch deck. Okay, here I will just say social media. You know why I had to do this first? Because I will have to be copying and pasting. So this is going to be my social media pitch deck. Okay, now I'm going to make it 6 slides. So here, to add another slide, you simply click on new slide here. Another slide will add, or you simply press Control and hold down Control and press N. So another slide will add. Okay, so let's add 5 slides. Control M, and Control M. So that made it 6 slides. Okay, now we'll come and do some other things. Let's do the same in here, also in, what is it called again, in Google Slides. So here we continue with our Control M, Control M, Control M, Control M. So in our first slide, they say here we can put in our title, which is social media marketing pitch deck. Now this is our title. It needs to be bold, so I'm going to increase the font size to 40. Okay, now I don't need a subtitle. You can actually add a subtitle if you want. Maybe you put in your name here by so person. Okay, here we go to the second slide. Now in the second slide, what we need to do is to put in our problem. Now remember, this is a 5 slide outline. So we have the problem, the solution, the how it works, and the wires, and the call to action. So that's exactly what we are doing. So here we are going to look at the problem, the social media noise. That's the problem. The key problem is the social media noise. So here you are talking about how so many information in the social media from everywhere, all the places. So we need to solve that problem by focusing on getting you people that are directly to your business. Okay, here what you're going to do is, in the PowerPoint, you can put the title here, the problem, social media noise, then add the key points. Now here we have key points. Under the social media, we have 2 major points and 3 points in each. Now the first one says overwhelming social media landscape. So here we pick up this overwhelming social media landscape and we paste it here as the first one. Then we enter. Then use the tab key to move, or you simply click on this indent, so it moves indent. So we are now going to put in the other ones, which include information overload, organic reach decline, and time consuming management. Okay, so these are the key points. Now we are not really pushing all these things at once. You have to just put them so that the audience will just pick the points and focus on what you are going to say, rather than reading through them. That's the whole essence. Okay, so the next one, we come back and we pick up the second problem, the second general problem, which is ineffective social media strategies. So here we put it. Now remember, you can type them. Okay, I think I would like to make this bold. I think it's better that way. Okay, so here use tab to move forward, then we pick up the points. Here we have lack of targeted approach, poor engagement, inconsistent branding. Okay, so here we move into pushing the 3 again. Okay, I'll highlight the 3 and use the indent to move it to the right. So this shows that they belong to the second one. Okay, so this is how we do it in PowerPoint here. So let me copy this, and it's still the same way we are going to do it in what is it called again, Google Slide. So the first one, we'll get a problem. Social media noise. Now you can highlight the entire and reduce the font size. Okay, let's reduce the font size small here. Okay, type 32 here. You just need 32. Let's make this 32. Okay, so here you can still set them yourself or copy and paste. Since we have them already here, there's no point typing and wasting our time. Let's just quickly copy and paste. Okay, so here we are going to indent. Like I told you, you use the tab key to move it to the right. So you use the tab key. Okay, so this is our first slide. We are going to do the same in the second slide. Now in the second slide, what I'm going to do is, okay, remember I'm still in Google Sheets, so I want to change the layout here. So I have to right click and go to apply layout. So I'm going to choose a different layout from the one that I had previously. So you have different layouts. This is the previous layouts here. There are different kinds of layouts here you can choose from. I need title and content. Okay, maybe title and content. Okay, let me see how this one is only main points. Okay, this one is section, title and description. No, I don't want that. One column text. This title and the body. This is section, subheading. This is title and 2 columns. Okay, let's see this. Okay, now we have this. So let's start the second one. The second one is solution. So let's pick up this solution. The same thing we do in our PowerPoint. Let's go to the second. Oh, something happened here. I went and started the first one in slide 5 mistakenly. Now it's no problem. So what I'm going to do is just to drag this and move it to the second position. So that's all. You don't need to come and start retyping again. All you need to do is what I did now. Just click on this and drag it up. Actually, you can still say, okay, let me go to slide sorter. You go to view and you select slide sorter, then you practically, as you're looking at the entire slide, you practically just carry this one, move it to the second position, and that's it. Then you now return back to normal slide, and everything stick. So that's one, that's two. Right now, that's position. You can change the position at any time, at any point. So here is the second one. So we still right click and go to layout, so we can choose two contents. Okay, choose two contents. So here we are looking at the solution. So the solution, strategic marketing, social media marketing. Okay, I'm going to reduce the size, the font. Okay, 40. Let's make it 36. Is okay. So let me copy it and paste it in our Google Sheets. Okay, this Google, the font size is quite big. Okay, so we reduce it a little bit. Okay, so here I'm going to enter the section of this text here. So here I'm going to have remember, we still have two major headings. So here I have maximized online presence. So I'm going to use it as my first heading here, maximize online presence. So it's going to have the other one. So I will bold it, highlighting and clicking on B, or pressing Ctrl B here, and pressing Ctrl B. Okay, so the same thing here, we put it as the first heading, then highlight it, click B, or press Ctrl B. Then the second one, I'll still come back to this one. So okay, let's do them at once. Here we have customized strategies, consistent branding, and data-driven optimization. So we go back and paste it here. That's the second, sorry, and put it here. Okay, so here we'll still highlight it and remove the bold and move it to the right. Okay, let's still go to Google Slides and do the same thing. Okay, we'll remove bold from it and move it to the right. Okay. Okay, so the next thing, we'll still do the same thing here, or you might even undo this just as it is. It's okay, since this is bold and these ones are not bold. But I think I need to increase this font size a bit. This is presentation, so that people can see clearer. Okay. Okay, this better now. Okay, so the same thing here, we'll do enhanced engagement and conversions. So place it here and pick up this and this. Okay, push it down and remove bold from this. Okay, do the same thing in Google Slides. Remove the bold and copy and paste. Now this is quite simple and easy to handle. I believe you are not finding it difficult, quite easy. So this is how you are going to go about it. Let's reduce this font size, it's quite big here. Okay. Okay, so I think this is quite okay. So this is what you are going to be doing. All you need to do, okay, let us complete this thing because we still use it in our next session. So how it works, I'm going to try to be fast because that's the same thing you're going to be doing here. You can decide to choose another layout, but let's still leave it this way and work faster this time around. So here I have comprehensive audits, something. Let's push this in Google Slide too. So here, the essence of doing this so that you understand what to do and how to go about it each time. A single part. I think 32 is okay here. Okay, the first text. So let's look at comprehensive audit planning. That's our first. And the second is okay, let's just push these things at once. In-depth analysis, goal setting, and content calendar creation. So here, there's the first one. Okay, so I'll push this here and push it here too. Okay. Let's add it's better this way. So we're adding bullets and numbering, but by the time we're done, we increase the font size. Okay, so we put the second one, implementation and optimization. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here. I think you should have gotten what we're talking about by now. So here is implementation and remove the bold in this, move it to the right, remove the bold in this, move it to the right. Okay, so this, now I'm pushing this to Google Slide. Okay. Use this. Let's see this. Okay. Now you're going to remove these things. Okay. Clicking here so that we make everything be of the same size. I think we're going to use let's see what 30 will give us. Too big. Let's see what 24 will give us. Okay, so let's make it 22. I think it's far more better now. So bold this one, Control B. Okay, so what we really did in this place is to show you how to open Google Slide or PowerPoint, then how to open your presentation, whether you're using Google Slide or PowerPoint, then how to insert slides, create your first slide and subsequent ones. Now, but the most important thing is that you understand that when you are creating a presentation, you have a 5-slide approach. This 5-slide approach does not mean that you are going to use only 5 slides. You might use more than 5 slides, especially if you are submitting the presentation. If you are presenting, then 5 slides is okay. But if you are submitting the presentation for review, you can make it more than 5 slides. For example, this pitch deck, I created it for submission. Now what happened is in the problem section, I can use 2 slides. Now the first slide is supposed to capture this the first problem, overwhelming social media landscape. Now with all this information overload, brief explanation of them each. Now I'm supposed to have brief explanation of them because you just don't submit something like this without telling the people what you mean. That's the essence of these few lines of text for each of the problems that I mentioned. So this is how you go about it. So what I mean is, if you are submitting your pitch deck, all you need to do is you are going to, instead of just having these points here. Now this one we created is for your presentation, assuming you are presenting it to the audience directly. Maybe you are called to defend, so you don't need to come and be putting down all those information. So what you need to do is to only pick up the points so that you will not distract the attention of your viewers or your audience. So all you need to do is for them to see the points, overwhelming social media landscape. Then you now explain what that means and what information overload means to them. Because if you actually put in, let's take for example the information overload here, we're looking at the problem. Now we have information overload. Now if you put in all this entire information in your slide, information overload, now the audience are going to really be reading through this. The audience will want to, definitely, me, I do it, I know that every other person does it, you want to read through this, and by the time the person will finish reading, the person wouldn't hear what you are saying. So, and you know that when you are discussing something, you're not going to simply say exactly what is here, you will still add some other information. Okay, so that's how you are going to, assuming, let's take for example you are submitting it. Now you have to move down this, maybe move it to the next slide. So I'm going to create another slide and move it down to this place. Okay, so while this one is going to be your, then you put in this information here under organic. So you put this, and under social time consuming management, you put this too. Okay, so you now notice that this is filled up, quite filled up. Okay, it's too much cluttered, so it's not really advisable, but you can do this when you are submitting your pitch deck or whatever, or your project proposal to your supervisor. So you still do the same here. Okay, now a good thing you can do is to name these slides. You can right click on the slide and you click on add section. Okay, you can click on add section, so you can section them, assuming you have more than 1, 2, 3. Like here now, this is the problem, is going to occupy these 2 slides. So you can right click or simply click on sessions and click add session. So the session here is going to be the problem. Now the problem is the session here now, but it's taking over all these ones. So but here now is going to be the solution, so I will create another session here. So it's going to be the solution. So this, you are creating sessions to segment your slides. You are apportioning them different sessions. Now you can still do the same thing to all other ones. You can actually move one slide from one session to another session by dragging and dropping, and that's it. Just move it from one session to another session. Okay, so this is where we are going to round it up for today. By the next session, we are going to format it, apply transition and animation effects. Then we are also going to use templates, and you just colorfully make your presentation look colorful, so that when people are listening to you, they will see the brightness and the cleanness of your presentation. So here, what you now need to do is to save your presentation. Press Ctrl S and type a name. This one is social media pitch deck. I'm going to leave it like that. Then you here go to, you can locate wherever you want to save your presentation, and you click save. So the same thing we do in Google Slide. Just under this untitled presentation, okay, so this is exactly what we're going to call it, social media pitch deck, and that's it. It's saved in my drive. So that's it. So that's where we are ending today's session. If you followed till this point, excellent work. You now have something far more valuable than a pretty presentation. Yeah, you have a presentation with a purpose and a clear message. This outline is the foundation for everything that comes next. In the meantime, what questions do you have about structuring your story and presentations? Kindly use the comments to submit your questions or the chat window. In our next session, Designing for Impact, we will take this powerful script you've just written and learn how to bring it to life visually. So we'll cover templates, high quality images, and the subtle use of animations. See you on Friday at 7 p.m. Thank you.